Hello, collective. This is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I hope you're having a good day or a good evening wherever you are. So I see someone has already left a question for me to answer. So I'll just answer that one now, and then I'll get into the general reading. So Divya. Hi, Divya. How are you? I know you're not here now, but I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer the question so that I can move into the general reading. Just got some messages for Olivia. Okay, Olivia and her loved ones be happy with. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question now, and then I'm gonna go into the general reading. Okay, hi Razia. Let's see for Divya. Okay, Divya and her family. Let me see, get the question. Be proud, happy with her astral percentage. Let me have a moment to reset these cards. I have to reset them because I used them for a reading earlier today. But then I'll answer your question. Let me reset this. I meant to do this before I came on, but I was doing something for work. That's why I'm a little late. Okay, I'm resetting the deck to answer the questions. Thank you for being patient. I just want to make sure this deck is reset for this reading. Okay. I'll answer Divya's question now. Will Divya and her family, Divya, her parents and loved ones, be happy with her 12%, her class 12%? Divya. Will Divya, parents and loved ones be happy with her 12 percentage? Okay, Divya. So the card you got is yes. You have a yes. Your parents and your loved ones and you are going to be happy with your class 12. And this is a good card. It's the Lovers. It's a good card. I hope that helps. Okay. So I'm going to answer Rezia's question, and then I'm going to go into the general reading. One must red, Mary. One must red. You have a no, Razia. Yeah. You have two no's. I'm sorry. You're welcome. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the general reading. So I'm going to see what the Sassy Spirits Oracle message is for the collective. This is for anybody and anybody who's watching. It's for all signs. It's a collective general reading. What message does Spirit have for the collective? That's for the highest and greatest good. Spirit Angel Guides. What messages do you have for the collective that is for the highest and greatest good? What messages? I really appreciate you, Divya and Razia, for showing up and allowing me to read for you. What message does the collective need to know at this time for the highest and greatest good? What message does the collective need to know that's for the highest and greatest good? Spirit Angels Guides. What spirit message does the collective need to know at this time? Why you keep playing with me? Okay, you have two cards. Stop trying to save people who wouldn't share their snacks. Okay. That has to do with dealing with people who are selfish, who are not generous, who may be giving the bare minimum. So this is calling to the what do they call it? The people pleasers. People pleasers. We have to stop this. If they won't share their snacks, then we need to stop sharing with them. It's supposed to be equal give and take. You know, sometimes people can give more or less based on their circumstances, but there are just some people who are just selfish. I'm not answering questions right now. I'm doing a general message right now. And if I was answering questions, they're only yes or no. Only yes or no questions. Okay, your intuition isn't ghosting you, you're just not listening. So then you may be getting some sort of sign, something inside of you, your gut instinct telling you to stop doing something, but you're not listening, you're ignoring. And it might be because some of you may want something that probably doesn't want you. Some of you may want someone who doesn't want you or doesn't have the same vision, doesn't see the same thing, doesn't want the same thing. Because I see just because they're not hot, just because they're hot doesn't mean they're spiritually aligned. So you could be attracted to somebody, and some of you, if you put all of this together, some of you look at this, the spirit's like, why are you doing this? Oh my God, well, you need to quit. You know, like you're all Google Gaga over this guy and you're giving him or her Google Gaga over somebody, right? Because men do the same thing as women. Sometimes men overgive to women who don't even want them, you know? But it's like some of you may be giving because you want somebody to love you, to accept you, to want you, but that's not how it works. Because all that reeks is desperation. And nobody wants someone who's desperate, because when someone's desperate, that means they could be taken advantage of. When you're desperate, that benefits the person that's giving, who's getting everything that you're giving. You know, they'll take, but they won't give. And it won't really be their fault because, you know, yeah, it's bad if they take, knowing, especially if they know that you want something more. But ultimately, you're still giving. And if you're not listening to the cues, not seeing the signs, but continue to give, like you see something shouting at you. It could even be somebody watching you, a friend that's letting you know, girl, dude, you need to chill. You need to chill. I have a lot of cards. I should do a video about all my tarot and oracle decks because I have so many cards. So it's like, I don't know, if like, this is from what I'm seeing, it's like you may want something, this person may not want the same thing. You're not aligned in that same way. It says not aligned. You know, whenever we're in this energy where we're giving, we're in a way, it's kind of humiliating to our higher self, I would say, because they see us doing and trying to prove ourselves, always trying to show somebody, look, we're the best, I'm the best, look what I can do for you. But then the person's like, yeah, look what you can do for me without me giving you anything. I don't have to do a damn thing and you will still give to me. So sometimes we create these monsters because of how giving we are to them, you know? And if they're manipulative, they already know. They'll take advantage of it. You know, so this is something that you have to be aware of. You know, if you're not listening to your intuition, look at everything that's happened in a situation that you may resonate. If this resonates with you, look at it. Have you given to someone and they're just taking and not giving you anything in return? Not even showing any level of interest? Then that's what you need to pay attention to. You need to pay attention to the facts. If you don't want to listen to your intuition, then pay attention to the facts. Look at everything that's going on. Look at everything you've done. And for someone, and it doesn't have to be a lover, it could be for a family member, because we do have greedy family members. We have greedy friends. They don't have to be someone that we're attracted to or that we want to marry or have a relationship with. It could be a family member, like a family member that's always asking for money, always asking you to do favors. But then when you need something, they're like, la, la, la. They're not even paying attention to you. They could ignore you. And you whenever they call you, you're like, oh, you know, like you come running like a golden retriever, you know? So that's something that needs to stop. And it's because it's for you. That's self-care. People pleasing, ultimately, it's what leads some of us to become bitter, angry, feel unappreciated, even unwanted. But it's like we're feeding that monster too. We're doing that to ourselves, you know? So if you're in that situation, it's time for you to see the truth. See everything for what it is. Not what you want it to be. And that's sometimes hard to accept, you know, but in reality, you know, you have to take care of yourself first and foremost. You know, you come first before anybody. You know, when you take care of yourself, then you're able to take care of other people. And sometimes if you are an overgiver, you may end up feeling drained and tired and stuff. And then you may not even be able to give to the things that matter to you, like the things that you care about doing. You know, like if you wanted to go work out, go to the gym, if you wanted to do paint or, you know, crochet or do something creative, you're too tired to do it because you're busy giving to everybody else, but not giving to yourself, you know? So I'm your reminder that you need to put yourself first. And that doesn't make you selfish. That just means that you're taking care of yourself. That's self-care. That's creating boundaries. And that's you loving on yourself. Because remember, we're our own first love. We're supposed to love ourselves first, you know? Okay, so that's that. I shuffled this card, yeah. Oh, look at that. Look what I said. And look, you're the main character. Start acting like it, okay? You're the star in your life. If you have to pretend you're in a movie and that you're the main actress or actor, you know, that start acting like it, okay? Stop being somebody's side character or someone's sidekick or like somebody that shows up in somebody's life, but you're not that important. You just showed up and, you know, you're the star in your own life, okay? This is about you taking back your power instead of giving it away. Okay, I'm saying this as your friend. I may not know you, but right now I'm your friend. I'm the friend that's going to tell you how it is, you know? All right. Let me see. What else? No. These are just beaded bracelets. They're crystals. This is amethyst, black obsidian. rhodochrosite, I think, and strawberry quartz. So this is like for love, protection, and this is for intuition and clarity. So if you want to know, like, if you want to do crystals, you want to know what crystals are good for you, you look up crystals for anxiety, crystals for self-love, crystals for clarity, crystals for protection. You could Google that, and then you could find out what crystals are the best ones. And then they have a lot of crystals. There's so many crystals. If I had enough money, I will buy all the pretty crystals I've seen because they're beautiful. Oh, thank you, Divya. Like I think I go on live enough, I think, because I go on twice a day during the weekday. But the weekend, I don't really like being live. I'm at home. At home, I just want to relax and be with my family and do other things that I need to do. Okay, let's see. So going to the Enchanted Map Oracle. So I appreciate you, Divya. You're always so supportive. And I hope everything goes well with your class 12. Your grades. I think those are your grades. Because in the US, we have. So let's see what the Enchanted Map Oracle cards are. Message. Spirit Angel guides. What message does the collective need to know at this time? That's for the highest and greatest good. We have Ride the Wave. Dolphins. Dolphins are fun. In America, we call them grades or GPA. Like the grade that you get, like your percentage after you finish a grade, is called a grade point average in the US. So in the US, it could be 4.0 or higher. That's like the highest that people can get. Lowest is 0.0, like fail. Passing is passing, but like being very high is 4.0. And yeah, it's like that. But in high school too, it's also like percentages. It could be like 97.3% or 87.6%, stuff like that for high school and middle school. And I don't know about elementary school. I think it's different. So Ride the Wave. This is about going with the flow, not trying to take control or hold control. It's about like whatever you're going through right now that may seem scary or out of your control. Just do the best you can to remain balanced within yourself and just ride the wave. If there is anything that you need to do, then you do that. But that's the only control you have. Remember, we can only control ourselves. We can't control other people and we can't control circumstances. But we can control how we show up with those people or to those people or in those circumstances. So go with the flow, go with the flow. Even have fun too. Because dolphins are very playful creatures. They're very smart too. Gentle Gardener. This is about you being gentle with yourself, making sure that you're taking care of your needs, that you're showing yourself compassion, and you're not being mean to yourself. Like making sure you're loving on yourself, taking care of yourself. Bye, Divya. Have a good night. Thank you for showing up. I hope you sleep well. Anything else? We got the number 14, which is Temperance card in tarot, and then number 2 is the High Priestess, and then we have Strength 44, which is 8, and it reduces down to 8, which is the Strength card in tarot. It's also like any obstacles you may come across, know that you can persevere over them. Believe in yourself. Believe that you have the power, the strength to overcome anything you may come across, but also have faith too. Trust that you will be guided in the right direction and know exactly what you're supposed to do. And like I said, go with the flow. And any guidance that you need will come to you. Through your intuition, it will come to you as an epiphany. It will be revealed to you. But it's important for you to remember to be in a positive place and be gentle to yourself. Take care of yourself. Be compassionate. I see the card Ghost Lands in the bottom. So that's 8. 17 reduces down to 8. So that's also the Strength card. I want to know what Ghost Lands, what that card means. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. This is about remaining present. You know, you can't control the future and you can't change the past. You can just live in this moment, this current moment. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map. That is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no groundings as of yet. You can live there, yet you can take measured steps toward a real dream or goal. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live here, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your intention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. So the past has already been written and the future is still being unwritten. So right now you need to focus on the present moment. Focus on what matters. You know, that's what the Ghost Lands represents. So like I said, if there's something that you're going on, you have to go with the flow. You know, whatever is meant to happen in the future, just remember that you have to not resist any changes that may be coming your way. You have to go with the flow. But also you have to be compassionate and loving to yourself. And trust that you can persevere over any obstacles that you may encounter. But I'll read right now, success is easy and effortless, just as long as you go with the flow. And then Gentle Gardener, be your own person, be a conscious co-creator. And 44, Strength, is your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher power. This is about co-creating, because when we co-create, it's not only what we're doing. It could be working with other people too. But since we are spiritual here, it's us working with the universe. Us working with the universe. Okay, so I'm going to go into tarot right now. Right now, hi H, right now I'm doing the collective reading, and later on I'll answer yes or no questions, but after I do the collective reading. Okay. What is this? Ride the wave. Ride the wave. What situation does collective know that they have to ride the wave? I got 3 cards. That's a lot. It's funny because we have the Death card, which has to do with endings, transformation, or transition. But then we have the Moon. And then we have the Strength card showing up. So we have 3 major arcana. Wait, yeah. Oh my gosh, this is some serious shit. There's something that's going to be ending. You may already be sensing this, and this could be something that's ending within you. Or this could be something that you don't know is going to be coming. That's unknown to you. It could be something changing within you. That's going to require you to be to persevere, to have faith, to push forward. Because it's funny, you have the Strength card. How many times did I talk about the Strength card? I was talking about the Strength card earlier, and it comes out. It's funny because the Gentle Gardener kind of goes with the Moon card, because the Moon, it could be it's your deep desires, hidden desires, subconscious. It could be your fears. It could be your hopes. It could be your shadow self. I don't know if some of you are, like, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about integration, and that could be where this transformation is coming from. Some of you may be going through like some sort of healing that's going to empower you, that's going to strengthen you. And it's funny, like I was mentioning earlier that the tiger represents feminine energy, and so does the moon, which is Cancerian energy. So there's going to be some sort of transformation that's going on, and it's an eternal one. It may be happening. It may have been happening subconsciously, but now it's starting to manifest. Some of you may be feeling more empowered, more bold within yourself, or you're starting to express that, and people are going to be noticing it too. It could be you acknowledging your power. Maybe some of you have been afraid of it, maybe suppressing it too. What's this Death card? Tell me about the Death card. What is this Death card here? The way those cards came out, it's like, I think they were for each oracle card. What is this Death? What is this Death, rebirth? What is this transformation? Let's ride the wave. Yeah, whenever you're going through some sort of transition in your life that may be beyond your control, it's a matter of just going with the flow as much as you can. Got the Six of Pentacles. This is about generosity. It's about sharing, giving, investing. It's funny because earlier when I was doing the Sassy Spirits Oracle, I was talking about giving, overgiving, people pleasing. Some of you, if you resonated with the first reading, where I talked about start acting like the main character, I think some of you may be already at that point, or some of you this is the advice to go to how to get to this point. Some of you may be having that realization that, that maybe you have been going with the flow, and now it's time for you to end that. And I don't mean that with the right wave, with this transition of no longer wanting to overgive and being more discerning on how you are giving. You may be ending being the people pleaser. That part of you maybe, with the Six of Pentacles coming out. Because remember, I was talking about like you give, and no one gives in return, or they give you the bare minimum. And maybe some of you are now realizing that. And then you're seeing that that's something that you need to move away from. To restore balance. You have the Justice card. Like, so whatever this transition is, it's going to restore balance for you. Now, what is the Moon card with Gentle Gardener? What is the Moon card with Gentle Gardener? What is the Moon card here for Gentle Gardener? Okay, you have the Four of Wands. This is about celebrations, stability, a success. Small success. What else? Overcoming. You got the Ten of Wands, but it came out in the reverse. And the Ten of Wands is about responsibilities. In this particular deck, it shows the person having 5 wands on their... I'm going to put it upright so you can see. There's 5 wands on the person's back, but then the mirror is reflecting 5 more. So it creates the 10 of Wands. But in the way this deck was created, some of the responsibilities that we have may be ours, they may be real, and other ones may be those that other people give us or make us believe, or we believe is our own. But they're more illusions than anything. So it could be about you restoring balance for yourself and bringing stability to yourself by no longer taking on more than you need to and dropping burdens that don't belong to you, especially if you were an overgiver. Like I said, something about you giving to people and them not giving to you, especially if you're in a time of need, that you're always there for someone, but they're never there for you. They never show up for you, but you always show up for them. I wonder if some of you feel some sort of guilt about doing that. Like deep down inside, it bothers you that you can't be as the person who you feel like you really are. Maybe some of you are just naturally generous, but then you feel like you have to hold that back to yourself. But because you do enjoy it, deep down inside, it feels good to do that, and it's also a detriment to you. Okay, let's see. Hi, Tree Hugging Tea. Thank you, H. Ah, see? And earlier today, I did a live and I was talking about someone getting an opportunity, not an opportunity, but someone wanting to do something, but they may have people around them that don't support them, that may want to hold them back. When you have the time later, you could check out that live I did earlier today, because that message might resonate with you too, because I did touch on something like that earlier. Because it's fulfilling to be able to give to people, especially when you have a lot, but then it gets to the point where you're like, it becomes detrimental to you. It holds you back, especially if there's a job opportunity that you want, that if the fact that you're considering something that interests you, yeah, you gotta do what's right for you. Because I think with you moving away from, well, this is general, but I'm glad it's resonating with you. I can imagine. But then the bitterness and the resentfulness starts to set in too at some point, but then it's more like to yourself, because it's like we do it to ourselves. The people pleasers, we do it to ourselves. Because, as long as you give, people are going to take. Another song you should listen to, I suggest if you like Halsey, listen to the Lilith song. I call it the Lilith song. I think it's called Lilith. That song is really good. But I like that song. All right, so we have the Six of Wands. And that could be where the stability is coming in too. Like you successfully moving away from this is what stabilizes you in some way. Releasing, dropping those burdens, it's what's going to allow you to see victory. But as long as you hold on to the burdens too, it could stall you. It could keep you away from any success that you're hoping to see. Oh gosh, 2 cards fell. Oh, and I ran over it with a chair. Oh my gosh, there's 17 people here. And when I saw the number 17, because I have 17 likes, I saw 17 likes. It made me think about the star, and the star card came out. Yeah, it's like a wish fulfillment can be coming to you, but it's a matter of seeing things clearly for what they are and doing what you know is right for you. Seeing the truth of the matter. But like I said, the 44 with strength, this is about you like taking back your power, being in your power. And this is something I mentioned earlier too, because, when you're someone who gives, it's like you give your power away. And then depending on the situation too, if it's like family or even work or relationships, you feel obligated to do these things, and in a way, you're making yourself smaller. Okay. Wow, the King of Wands came out. So just so you know, it shows a tiger, which I find so funny. But this is a Leo card, and you see the Leo symbol right there. And the King of Wands is essentially the Leo card. It's fire sign energy, but it's typically assigned to Leo, a fixed sign. So this is about taking back your power and making decisions that empower you, making empowered decisions, taking control of your life, pursuing your passions unapologetically. Anything else, Spirit? Oh, you are? Oh my God. Because I kept saying the strength card, that's the Leo card, and then the Leo card came out. Anything else? I don't know if you saw the beginning of the reading, but this is about becoming the main character in your own life instead of being the side character in someone else's. This is about taking back your power, standing in your power, making empowered decisions. Like I feel like when we come into this life, we have a purpose, and it's to become our authentic selves, to be the person we were born to be. You know, yes, there are people who can be caregivers and, you know, who give to others, but they're still have power. They're not disempowered, you know? I feel like with the Page of Wands being in reverse, this is about no longer being naive, no longer, because if you think about Page, the Page is someone who's young, who's immature, who is still learning, you know? But there's a difference between being a king and a page. You know, king is empowered. A page is learning their power. So I think some of you, like I said, it's like you're aware of your power. You're stepping into your power because you are aware of it. You are, look at the Knight is in the bottom. Look at this. I think like some of you are like, have been changing and growing because this is basically the Page, and then the Knight is like a teenager, and then the King is a man, but it's an adult. The King is an adult, the Page is a child, and the Knight is like an adolescent. So I feel like some of you have been evolving, and you're no longer naive. You're no longer naive. Some of you may still be in the Knight energy where you're still in this transition, but the transition is leading to you leveling up and reaching like full autonomy, full authority. I love this. I love this. So it's like whatever transition you're going through, you're restoring balance to yourself. You're learning where you need to give, where you need to invest. And you're probably realizing that that investment needs to be on yourself. Investing on what your wish is, your greatest wish, your greatest dream, your greatest desire, you know, and releasing burdens that don't belong to you. Going after success, your success, whatever it is, being clear about what it is that you want or what is right for you. What you know deep down inside is right for you with the Moon card, you know. Something that you've probably kept hidden, you know, but depending on how you go, the Six of Wands could stay this way where you're not seeing success, you're staying stuck, or you step into your power and you move forward boldly. Okay, that's the end of that reading. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it resonates with as many people as possible. If you don't know now, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. And I enjoy doing these types of readings. These are my favorite things to do. So let's see. I want to go into a love reading now. I want to go into a love reading. So I'm going into the Clarifying Love Situations deck. I'm going to leave these oracle cards out too, because I feel like the advice in this could be with any situation too. So let's see. Okay, let's see what comes out for the collective. Let's see what comes out for the collective and love. Okay, pros and cons, weighing the pros and cons. Analyzing, exploring, comparing, unsure of the relationship, contemplating, dissecting. So some of you may be, usually we do this if we've met somebody new and we're trying to determine if this person is the right fit for us, or if you're already in the situation and you're already in a relationship, you may be considering whether it's something that still aligns with you, you know. Let's see. I feel like it doesn't hurt to know what the pros and cons is, because if you're in a relationship, you want to know if there's a chance for growth and commitment, you know, because you could be in a relationship, but that doesn't mean you're in a commitment, like you're engaged or you're moving in together or you're planning a marriage or wanting to be in a family, create a family, all that stuff. So it may be that too. You may be considering, like, if I was to stay with this person, can I see this with them? You know, can I have this with them? With the person they are now, because we have to look at who they are now, not who we think they're going to be, but the person they are right now. Are they the best person for me? You know? And then if you're considered, okay, yeah, I like this person, I love them, you know, and then you start looking at the things that you like and you don't like. And then you're like, oh, well, I don't like them as much as the cons list is longer than the pros, you know? Okay, it says, I like you. So coming closer to falling in love. Romance blooming, fun flirting, falling in love, want to date, someone likes you, early stages. Someone may be coming forward and asking you out too. But the mirror card came out, and mirror is about reflection. And reflection isn't only, only about what you see in the mirror, like when you look at yourself in the mirror, but it's also about reflecting. You know, like, okay, this person's coming towards me. They're saying they like me, but, you know, is this someone I can consider spending time with? Is this someone that's worth my time? You know, but it says bad behaviors need correcting. So I don't know. Some of you may be dealing with someone who has bad behavior, or there may be someone coming forward that you kind of know has bad behavior, or, you know, everybody's situation is different, you know, where everybody's either single, talking to someone, in a relationship, you know. Narcissist, self-absorbed, one-sided relationship, mirroring, vanity, ego, selfish, boastful. So, without me reading that, it's also about reflection too. You know, because I could go by what they say here, but the first thing I thought about was reflecting. Because if someone's coming forward and saying they're interested in you, that they like you, you know, you have to consider, do you like them too? Because if they come to you saying that they like you, that doesn't mean you automatically have to make them your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you know, because maybe they're not the right person for you, you know? But this could be somebody that you kind of know, because remember earlier in the reading, if you didn't see the reading earlier, I had the Sassy Spirits Oracle deck. And it was talking about, just because they're hot doesn't mean they're spiritually aligned. And what that means is that they're right for you, that they will. So some of you may need to consider that. Just because this person may be attractive, they say they like you, but are they someone who is generous? Are they someone who is giving? You know, do you want to end up in a situation where you're doing all the work and they're just sitting on their ass, you know, watching you do everything and not help you and not contribute in some way? Is it someone that's going to take, or are they going to give? You know, so that's something that needs to be considered too. Because owning the mess to clean up, healthy choices, prioritizing, positive life changes, accountability, releasing burdens. Isn't that what we saw earlier in the tarot card with the 10 of Wands? So I mentioned earlier that with this Sassy Spirits Oracle deck, that some people may be trying to prove themselves to someone. Like, look at what I could do for you. I'm amazing. Look how amazing I am. And the person's like, yeah, you are amazing. But you're amazing without being my girlfriend. Because look at everything you're doing for me without me doing a damn thing, you know? Now, if it's not that situation, it's something totally different. We have the marriage card underneath, clean up. Marriage, wedding bells are ringing. So some of you, I don't know if some of you are at this phase in your relationship where you wanted to take it to the next level. It says commitment, promise, next level, merging, union, monogamy, partnership, bond, engagement. So it's like, Like I said earlier, you're reflecting on the pros and cons of taking your relationship to the next level, right? If marriage is on the table, say like if this person wants to marry you, or you already see that this person is like leaning towards that way, you're starting to reflect. You know, is this somebody, you may start to reflect. You can even reflect on yourself too. You know, what in your life do you need to improve? What you need to change? You know, are there, like sometimes we could be egotistical. Sometimes we could be a bit narcissistic, you know. Sometimes we can be vain. Sometimes we can be selfish, you know, to a certain degree, you know. When I say that, it's like sometimes you have to be selfish when you're protecting yourself and caring for yourself. But then there's a different level of selfishness where you're just being greedy and not helping or not putting in your part. Like you may be dealing with a person like that, you know? And if that happens, like think about it. If you're in a relationship, like if that comes up, like you have to weigh the cons. Like, okay, you already see the person for who they are. You already see their bad behavior. And it could be like, they could be lazy. They don't like pick up their socks, or they leave the toilet seat up. I'm thinking about stuff men do. I know women leave their hair on the wall, the shower wall. I don't know what other things women do. Or we leave our socks. We women and men have we have our bad habits. But it's like, okay, if marriage is on the table and you're reflecting, you know, are the habits that this person brings to the table, you know, because everybody has their little things, right? Will it be deal breakers in a relationship? Will it be a deal breaker for you considering marrying this person, you know? And if it is, and even within yourself, are they willing to clean it up? Are they willing to change? Or are you willing to change those things that may be annoying, you know? Yeah. Oh my God. You know what's funny is that sometimes I don't even hear the sirens until I'm rewatching the live, because I like to rewatch to see what I say. I'm like, okay, I made some sense. That was good. Because sometimes I just start talking and then I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's just words coming out of my mouth. You know? So some of you may be reflecting. If somebody's coming forward telling you, I like you, you may be reflecting, is this a person that you can consider dating? Like, because it's depending. Some people like to date for fun, and then some people like to date for marriage. So if that's something that you're thinking about, then either way, you're wondering, is this person worth spending time with? Is this person worth the investment of possibly having a serious long-term commitment with, right? But also if it's about marriage, you know, like, does this person have behaviors are they willing to change? Are you willing to change your behaviors? You know what I mean? Okay, so I think that's that with that love reading. Okay, let me see what time it is. Let me look at the time. It's kind of early, 6:37. Okay, I'm going to take a break from reading, doing a general reading, and then I can answer yes or no questions. Only one question per person. One question per person. So you can let me know your question, and I'm going to put subscriber mode on because anybody and their mother are going to want to ask a question. So if you've been here for 5 minutes or longer, you can ask a question. If you've been subscribed for 5 minutes or longer, you can ask a question. Subscribing is as free as me answering this yes or no question for you. Okay? I think it's a fair exchange. Let me see. I did not shuffle these cards correctly, so give me a moment. And you can start putting your questions in the chat. And then I'll get to them. If you put them on all the way in the top, I'm not scrolling up. So please rewrite your question, please. Okay. So yes or no questions for subscribers who've been here for 5 minutes or longer, who are subscribed for 5 minutes or longer. If you have a question, I'm going to read it. If it's upright, it's going to be yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. I'm gonna reset this deck again just because. Hi, Sammy. Wait, didn't you have a different name, Sammy? Because your picture looks familiar. Did you change your name? Because how come I'm thinking Ita? Because your profile picture. Okay, so I'm just resetting this deck. Okay, H, then Sammy. Ah, see, I remember your picture, Sammy. I remember your profile picture. I have like a photographic memory in a way, to a certain extent. My memory is like a blessing and a curse because I'm like, why can't I just not remember certain things? Like, can I just like delete from the file, delete from the hard drive? Universe is like, no, you need to remember that. Okay, I reset the deck. I'm gonna answer questions. Hi, Bristol. It's your profile picture. I'm only answering yes or no questions, so that means the card's upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. So don't ask questions like when. It could be like will. Don't ask when, how, will, why. So when is not a closed question. So only yes or no, uprights. Okay. So so I'm gonna take half the deck, split the deck as best I could. Okay, I wanted to split there. Reverse it and then shuffle. Maybe use this card to answer yes no questions for those subscribers. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go up. Okay, H's question is first. Will H be successful at work? Will H be successful at work? You got a yes in the sun. That's really good. You're going to be very happy with whatever you're working on, that you're looking for success at work. It's saying yes. That's like an emphatic yes. Okay, Sammy. Well, MJP and Sammy date in the future. Will MJP and Sammy date in the future? It's saying yes. You got a yes with the 4 swords. So I don't know if somebody needs to do some sort of healing, because this is about healing, taking time to oneself, recovering. But it's looking like a yes. It's like once somebody regains their power, their strength, their confidence. So it's looking like a yes, Sammy. I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. Bristol has a question. Okay, Bristol. Will Bristol find that someone? I'm not even gonna ask. Will Bristol find that someone? Will Bristol find that someone? You know what's funny, Bristol? I wanted to ask, like, what do you mean? And like, is it like a love situation? But then I started thinking, like, because your profile picture, it made me wonder if you're like a detective or something. Like you're trying to find somebody, but It's saying no right now. This is the Eight of Wands. So I don't know if you're stuck in something, because the Eight of Wands is like a very fast moving card. It's about moving forward. There's no blockages. It's being very focused. So it could be like you're maybe out of focus right now, or you may be stuck in a situation. I don't know if you're in the process of healing, if this is a love situation, or the person that, if you have a specific person in mind, they may be stuck and they may be in the process of healing. But the answer is no. Bristol, I hope that helps. Suvra, that's not a yes or no question. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Sammy. Good morning, Suvra. That's not a yes or no question. I said no who, what, when, where questions. It's will or does. You're welcome, Bristol. Bristol. How come I'm thinking that's like UK? I don't know. That's my mind. I could be wrong. Is it Bristol like a part in the UK, England or something? It just reminds me of that. I could be wrong. I'm just thinking out loud. Ignore me. Okay, let's answer Pokazer's question. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, it is? Okay. Okay, no wonder. Okay. I have a thing about England. I have this thing about England. I would be such a dumb American and say, I love their accents. Because I do. I went to London a couple years ago. So, one time. But I don't know. I've always had this thing about England. Thank you, H. Okay. Hi, Pokazor. I hope I'm saying your name. Pokazor? Is Pokazor walking on the right path at this moment? Ooh, I think I'm going to tell you, I said I think, but the answer is no. But the reason why I think it is because I don't know if you're trying to follow a path that is what you want to follow, or if you're following a path that someone else expects you to follow. You know? Because the Knight of Wands is someone who pursues what they're passionate about. You know? Pursues things or feels motivated. You know, so if you're in a path where you don't feel motivated or you don't feel like it aligns with what you want, really, you do, Bristol, American accents. Well, some of them. Apparently I have a New York accent. Bronx accent, actually. I think it's a Bronx accent. I'm from the Bronx. But yeah, Pokazar is saying that it's seeming like no, that you're not on the right path, and it's because it might not be something that you really are passionate about, that really lights a fire in you. So I think that's why it came out of no. I don't know if you're trying to please other people or something. But because like earlier in the reading, I was talking about the Six of Pentacles, and this is about giving, being generous. But it was also like someone always giving, you know? So hopefully you're doing something I hope you consider doing something that you really care about, that you really like, that you're passionate about. Hi, good luck. How are you? Okay, see, that's a good question. You're welcome, Pokazar. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I'm thinking about Pokemon, so I'm like Pokazar, you know. Because I Pokazar, I was like, no, that don't sound right. I could be wrong. Okay, new famer. Okay, will new famer get rich in the future? Will new famer get rich in the future? Oh, Shalomi? Okay, Shalom. I'm sorry, I don't know if I said that right. Hi, Shantae. How are you? Will new famer get rich in the future? Will new famer get rich in the future? Will new famer get rich in the future? It's saying no. I'm good, thank you, Shantae. It's saying no. It's no, new famer. You got two no's. And it's funny, you got, not funny, haha, and more like coincidental, that you have the Ten of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles is like when you reach the Ten of Pentacles, that indicates wealth, prosperity, abundance, legacy. But it's saying no. So, but you have the Star card. So if this is something that you want to do, then like I was saying about the Knight of Wands in reverse, you need to follow your dreams, follow your, whatever it is that you wish for, you had to pursue that. And that's where you will see the abundance. Yeah, you got, oh, it's like no. Hi, Partha, how are you? Okay. Hi, Parth. We're going to focus on reconciliation between you and Mehel, because I hope I said that right. Mehel. Okay. Is reconciliation possible for Mehel and you gotta know. And this is this is a card about resurrection, something coming back to life. And the fact that it came out as a no, it's like whatever ending you have with this person, it's done. It's done. And then the bottom we have the Five of Cups that indicates sadness, disappointment, and grief. That could be what your current energy is now or the person you're dealing with. But it's looking like a no with the Judgment card in reverse. I'm sorry, Parth. I don't do spying questions. Those are spy questions. With that being, I would say this much. With the Judgment card being in reverse, there's a possibility that she's already moved on. There's a possibility. And that's just because the Judgment card is about resurrection, something being brought back to life. If the fact that the card came out in reverse, that's indicating that your relationship with her doesn't have the possibility. And I'm saying when I read these yes or no questions, it's for the current energy. And at this time, it's looking like no. And it could indicate that she's either moved on to somebody else or she's talking to somebody else. But I'm not going to ask specifically if that's what it is, because I don't really like doing spy questions. But there's a possibility. There's a possibility, you know. And yeah, I'm sorry. I'll tell you this much, Parth. I was in a long-term relationship, and that relationship is over. I was with my kid's father for about over 14 years. We tried to get back together, but then it wasn't the right time, or it wasn't the right fit. So you will meet somebody new. You will meet somebody new. But like I said, I read it for the current energy, you know. And I feel so, when you write, I feel so bad. That's what the Five of Cups is that being disappointed, you know, in the situation. But, you know, the 15 years that you spent with somebody, you get to reflect on it and see where things could have been different, how you know, could have been different, you know, or what kind of relationship you want in the future, you know. And when you come into reconciliation with that, then you'll be able to move on and open yourself up to meeting somebody new and not let the past interfere with a new love, a new relationship that may come in the future for you. Okay, Jenny. Hi, Jenny. How are you? I think you were the... Okay, you were on earlier, but I didn't get to read for you. I'm glad you came back. And I appreciate everybody for liking and subscribing. Once again, my name is Tan. Oh, yay. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's see. Is Jenny being lied to? Oh my gosh. You know what's so funny? And I don't make funny, haha. I gotta stop saying that. Coincidence. It's saying, Jenny, you got no, but you got the same card as Parth with the Judgment card. So no, it's looking like you're not being lied to. I don't know if you're dealing with the earth sign. Yeah, I think whoever you may be, I don't know. If it's an earth sign, they came out in the upright. I think they're being honest. It's a water sign? Okay. Are you an earth sign? I'm just saying that. You know, it doesn't have to be an earth sign. It could just be someone who's grounded, stable, maybe abundance, who has money, maybe a boss, anything like that. Okay, both of your water? Okay. Okay, so it's saying no. Just so you know, like your water, I don't know what water sign you are. Because I know, you don't have to say it, but Scorpio, the opposite of Scorpio is Taurus. So you're welcome. But if you have any concerns, Scorpio, okay. Yes, the opposite of Scorpio is is Taurus. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna learn how to be grounded. I'm still learning how to be grounded. I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. Hi, Cheryl. How you doing? Hi, Aina. How are you? Thank you, Parth. I wish you an amazing day ahead too. Okay. Is someone watching? Or let's just put it this way. Gotta pick one. Okay, I'm gonna change your question, Aina. Yes, I'm answering one yes or no question. And then I'm gonna go back to reading, doing a general reading. Okay, is someone watching Aina or thinking about her romantically? We could change the question so it's like both. Is someone seeing Aina romantically? Is someone viewing Aina in a romantic way? What do you think, Aina? Is someone viewing Aina in a romantic way? What do you think about that question, Aina? You have this, it came out on the side, Aina. So it's like half yes, half no. I don't know if this person is in a transition of viewing you in a romantic way, or they're not anymore. Because I see the Fool in reverse too. So this is more like a maybe. I don't know if you have someone specific in mind, like if it's a boss or someone who has a lot of authority, someone who may be older, more mature. It could be a Aries, but it came out like this. And then you have this in the bottom. So I'm not satisfied with the answer either. Honestly, quite honestly, I'm not. I'm gonna ask again, because the card came out on the side and I can't really, that's not really an answer, that's like a maybe. That's why I like the questions to be very specific. So is someone viewing Aina romantically? Is someone viewing Aina romantically? You know, wait, let me go down, because I don't know, for some reason, I could not see the comments. I'm gonna reread your question, Aina, because I didn't like the answer. Okay. Is someone viewing Aina romantically? Is someone viewing Aina romantically? Is someone viewing Aina romantically? Okay, this is better. This is a yes. This is a yes. 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 There's somebody that's very attracted to you. You notice earlier I said Aries. That's fire sign energy. So this person could be a fire sign that may be viewing you romantically. They may be even seeing you as someone sexy. They're very attracted to you. But it's looking like a yes. I hope that helps, Aina. I mean, for all I know, you're the fire sign. You could be the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, Cheryl. Oh, no, Cheryl, it has to be a yes or no question. So you can ask specifically, like, if he has romantic intentions towards you. Does he intend to invite you out? Does he intend to tell you how he feels about you? That kind of question. I'll answer that. So yes or no question. Okay, let me go back up. Does okay, let me see. Hello, Roshni, Radhi. Okay, this one. Rohit is so I'm only going to answer a question how it relates to you, Roshni. Okay. Does Rohit still love Roshni? Does Rohit still love Roshni? Does Rohit still love Roshni? Let me go bottom just in case there's any changes. Okay. Does Rohit still love Roshni? Does Rohit still love Roshni? I don't know if you and him broke up or had a fight or something. I don't know, because it's saying no. You know what's weird though? If I look at this card, it's saying no, right? But then I see this card, it's saying no too, right? But this card is reversed, right? And it's the World. The World has to do with when it's like this, that means something's ending, something. But I feel like, I don't know if he needs a break or something. I I don't know if you had an argument or some disagreement with him because you had the Knight of Swords in the bottom, and that may be why he's, I don't know if you need to heal, but it's right now with the current energy, it's looking like no. I don't know if this is like you and him broke up, and that's why it's a no, because the World card indicates a close of a cycle, and it's answering no, does he still love you? But it could be that it's a no for right now, because I don't know what happened between you and him. I don't know if you had an argument, a fight, if he said something mean to you, you said something mean to him, and he needs to heal from that, or you need to heal from that. But then this card is like saying that it's not over, you know? But the Knight of Swords, I don't think there's any deception there, though. So right now it's looking like a no, but I don't think it's over between you two. I just think right now you may not be his favorite person. I hope that helps. I know that sucks. But you said he's your fiance, so that means there's no marriage. I feel like right now it's like a no. But I don't think your relationship is over. I don't think your relationship is over. Okay, thank you, Cheryl. Okay, Roshni. Okay, Cheryl. Does Carlton have romantic intentions towards Cheryl? I don't think so. I'm not getting that. Because the Knight of Swords, I don't think so. Because if the Sword card was upside down, that would indicate lying. Lying about something. I don't think so. Hi, Cheryl. Yes, it looks like he does have romantic intent. I don't know if he wants to get you in a bed or he's healing, or if you're healing, you're recovering from something, or he's recovering from something, but because of the Four of Swords. But it's interesting because whenever I see the horse coming out like that, I don't know if somebody's like trying to get the courage to do something, but it looks like he does have romantic intentions towards you. You're welcome, Rashmi. I hope that helps. Okay. Thank you so much, Roshni. I really appreciate you. Okay. Hi, Kitty the cockatoo. Okay. You're welcome, Cheryl. Yeah, oh my God. I was like, am I saying her name right? Yes. Why am I doubting myself? You're welcome, Cheryl. Good luck. Okay. Will Kitty and her partner get back together? Yes. It looks like whatever you and your partner have gone through, you're going to overcome it, and then you're going to see happier times ahead. But it's also a matter of remaining positive. Because this is the Sun card, and I'm thinking about the traditional card, and it shows like a child on a horse. So this is like, it's like maybe you and him will have like a new beginning in a way. Like you probably, it's not a new beginning card, but it just reminds me it's like something's going to be revived. You know, that playfulness, that fun may be revived in your relationship. So it's like indicating that you and him will get back together, but it may be some sort of restart in a way. A happy restart. Okay. Will Shed contact Razia this year. What is that? You're welcome. I would say have fun. Make sure it's lighthearted. Don't. I would say, because I just keep thinking about that baby, that little baby on the horse. It's like, have fun. Don't like put the pressure of something serious, or like, you know, just like allow it to be something fresh and new, you know? Like whatever happened in the past, it's like you move past it. But of course, if it needs resolution, resolve it, but then move past it. Okay, Murshid, contact Razia this year. I felt like I had to say that. It's looking like a yes, Razia. It's looking like a yes. This Four Swords card keeps coming out. Razia, I think this is your card, because you keep asking about him. You need to heal. You need to detach. Because every time you come on, you always ask for him. And that's pulling on his energy. And if he feels you, he senses that you want him and you're desperate. I'm not saying you are, but you could be. He could feel that, and that may make him not want to contact you. So you need to detach. You need to focus on yourself. And I'm saying this as a friend, because when you start doing that, that's when they'll be like, hey, I don't feel Razia anymore. I wonder how she's doing. But if you're constantly asking about him and, you know, pulling on his energy, then it's what's kind of like keeping him away, you know. And this is stuff I hear from like some tarot readers. They talk about the law of detachment, like the law of attraction. You have to detach from what it is you want. So you want Murshid, you need to act like you don't want him anymore, and then move on, and then he may come running back. But you have to take care of yourself, okay, Razia? So, oh my God, look at the Three of Swords. You have to heal. You have to take time for yourself. Okay, Razia? Now I'm going to answer Tree Huggins' question. Okay. Should Tree Huggins he apply for the job in Texas? Should Tree Huggins he apply for the job in Texas? Should Tree Huggins he apply for the job in Texas? These cards are so big. Should Tree Huggins he apply for the job in Texas? It's saying yes. And this is a really good yes. Tree Huggins he. This is like, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be emotionally fulfilled. It's like, it's going to feel like a wish come true. Remember in the beginning when I was doing the tarot card reading and the Four of Wands came out? It's like, if you apply for that job, you're most likely going to get it. You're going to be very happy. And it's going to be a new chapter for you. A new chapter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Remember the balance card came out earlier too? Restoring balance. But I see the Page of Pentacles. And is this job something that you're familiar with, like you have experience with? Because the Page of Pentacles is somebody who's new to something. So it might be, that's extra stuff I'm seeing. You're welcome, Razia. I hope that helps. Oh, you're welcome, Tree Huggins he. Okay, so I know somebody asked a question. Hi, Barbara, how are you? Is Barbara going to get a new job soon? Is Barbara going to get a new job soon? Welcome, Barbara. I don't like Kitty. I know you're new. Barbara, I know you're new, so thank you for subscribing and being here for the last 5 minutes or more. Okay, let's see. Will Barbara get a new job soon? I wasn't ready. These cards are they're so big. Okay. Will Barbara get a new job soon? Will Barbara get a new job soon? It's looking like it's a no, Barbara. In my mind, I said not yet. I hear not yet. You're going to get a job. It may not be soon, but it's not yet. It's not going to be soon. And I've mentioned this before. I don't know. Soon is subjective. Soon could mean anything to you. So whatever soon is to you, it could be like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Whatever it is to you, whatever it means to you, Barbara, it's not going to happen within that time frame. But it's going to happen because I heard not yet. So whatever soon means to you, it's not going to happen then. It's going to happen after that. I hope that helps, Barbara. I'm not answering that question. You're welcome, Barbara. I'm not answering that question because about divorce, that's your decision. That's your decision. If you want to divorce somebody, you have your reasons. You have your reasons. So that's a question that you need to go within to answer. You know the answer already if you're asking. I can't answer that question for you. Well, you know what? I'll answer the question for you. But remember, you still have power. You get to decide if you want to stay married with someone or not. It's your choice. So this, like all of the yes or no answers, is for entertainment purposes only. You know, we're all responsible for our own life choices. So if you're asking, if you're not happy in your marriage, if something's not changing, then you already know the answer. But let's see what the spirit says. But ultimately, it's still your decision. And I'm reading for the current energy too. Okay, let's see. Divorce. It's your choice. I can't answer that for you. You saw the card came out on the side. You already know what. I don't know if it has to do with money or something, but you ultimately, you have to make that decision. The card didn't even want to come out right. It came out on the side. I'm sorry, Manali. Okay. Well, 717. Let me see something here. Yes, you can ask something else. Good luck, Barbara. And welcome. Welcome to everybody who's new here. My name is Tan, and Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, or even watching the live. I appreciate your presence here. That's not a yes or no question. I can't answer that. I'm only answering yes or no questions. You could ask this: does your husband want to have a divorce, or does your husband want to stay with you? You could ask that. That's a yes or no question. Does my husband want to fix our marriage? That type of thing. Does anybody else want to ask a question? Okay, I can answer that, Manali. Okay. Hi, Alpha. How are you? Good to see you here. I hope you had a good weekend. Does Patty Valentine want a reunion with Manali? God, it's saying no. And you know, the emperor and the empress, they're usually married, right? Oh my God. If it's a difficult decision for you, then it's one that you have to take more time to work through, you know? Because if it's like, yes, I want to do this, then it shouldn't be so hard. Now, I know, have a conversation, talk about this with him. Let him know, I want a divorce. What do you think? You know? And then he'll say, no, I don't want a divorce. Or yes, I do want a divorce. But it's saying that, no, he doesn't want a reunion with the emperor in reverse. It's a hard, I'll be honest, I've been divorced. Well, I am divorced. I have been divorced for over, for a while. I don't even want to say a specific year because it's I don't want to, you know, my needs are specific. Okay, but you know, you have to do what's right for you. If you're not happy and you want to move on, then you know what you have to do, you know? Oh, okay. Is it too soon to say congratulations? It went pretty well. Okay. So I hope it goes well for you. The 30 days, I think it takes 30 days for them to what exactly? Like for them to come to a decision, or is it like 30 days of training and they see how you do, well you do? Okay, but do you, wait. Okay, but do you work 30 days? Or before they pay you? Or it's when they get the money, then they'll hire you? Because don't be doing work for free. You do what's right for you. You're welcome. Good luck. Okay. You know, like I'm a Scorpio. I like to know the answers before I get excited for anything. Because I'm like that, weird like that. But I'm happy for you, Alpha. You're welcome, Anali. Good luck and God bless you. Okay, that's good. So let's all pray that the startup gets enough money to hire Alpha ASAP. See. All right, so now I think about doing another reading. I'm gonna do another reading. Let's see. I'm gonna go into the Sassy Spirits Oracle deck again. I'm gonna see what else comes out now. And this is just the collective need to know at this time for the highest and greatest good. And this is the collective need to know at this time. That's for the highest and greatest good. Yeah. Okay. Well, I wish you all the best, Alpha. What messages what's your messages as the collective needs to know at this time? Just guidance. Oh, the first card that came out, if you have to pull 5 cards to justify it, it's a no. And I feel like, and then there's a little spirit saying, seriously, stop. I feel like this message is for people who rely heavily on tarot to make their life decisions. I know, I wish I would have followed my tarot cards because I could have saved myself a lot of heartbreak. But because my cards were telling me things and I wasn't listening. But some people, they don't be over reliant on tarot to make decisions. You have to know and do what's best for you. Remember, at the time you're having a reading done, it's going to be based on the current energy. So if you're in a negative space, energetically, or just not feeling your best, you're not going to get the best answer, and you're not going to see things very clearly, because our emotions can cloud our judgment and perception. I'll take that one. That's not a sign, that's just a bitch. Flap, flap. And then my trauma, my healing. Not every shadow work session needs a public announcement. It's like sometimes you have to work through things on your own. I also think that sometimes it's important to maintain a level of privacy when it comes to things that you're going through. Like any healing, because you don't want to be posting anything that may be used against you, If you're one that likes to post like sad memes, like, oh, the world is ending. I don't know, like I can't think of anything right now, but I see when people post stuff and it's like an indication of their mood. I like posting about music. Like yesterday I was watching Break the Ice video for Britney Spears, and that shit was a vibe. Okay. Yeah, because I love doing tarot because I look at it as a psychological tool. You know, it's spiritual, right? But it's also psychological. It could definitely be healing. Because I have like, I don't know, like I feel like I have like a therapist, counselor type of vibe. And I think I try to show that with the way I read, you know? So if it requires you to portray yourself, it's not the right path. I feel like if some of you feel like you have to go to somebody or something to confirm something that you already know, then it's like in a way you are betraying yourself because you're not trusting in your intuition. You're not trusting yourself. You know, when you don't trust yourself, you're betraying yourself. And that's the worst betrayal. Fuck anybody cheating on you, or the worst person that could cheat on you is yourself, you know? So with this, it's like, don't do anything that compromises your integrity, that goes against what you believe in, goes against what you care about, goes against what you're passionate about, or goes against what you want, you know? You don't need an external source to let you know what is right for you. Because inside, you already know what it is. And I also say this too, because it says my trauma, my healing, posting about it. But I feel like there's certain things that you have to keep to yourself. You know, not everything needs to be posted. Like if you're working on things, not only doing shadow work, but anything, any projects, anything like that, you have to protect that, you know? Oh my gosh. And the bottom it says, the energy you put out is screaming, don't talk to me. I don't know how that in line. That might be a separate thing. Is that for me? When I'm at work? Because I've been accused of that. Okay. Oh, I understand you, Kitty. I understand you completely. I understand you completely because I've been at that place too. But sometimes too, I also wait for when is the right moment. But the thing is, like, let's say, like, when you're trying to make a decision about something, it's like, when is the right moment? You know, like sometimes we could hold ourselves back because we think we're not ready, but then it's like, what's ready? You know, you have the desire to do it. You're willing to learn. You're willing to open up. That should be enough, you know? But I understand that, like overanalyzing something because you don't want to make the wrong choice. But like it's saying, if you're not making a choice, then that's a choice too. That's a decision too. So if you have to overthink, over rationalize something, then maybe it's something that's not right for you. Whatever it is. It could, and that applies to anything. Because the last thing you want to do is go against, if it doesn't feel right, if you have to think about it, think, then maybe it's not the right time. Maybe you need to table it and move on. But I know certain decisions that require, like, you have to make a decision. Okay, Super, I'm going to answer your question. Because you came earlier, then you disappeared. Does Zippy have good intentions towards messaging Suva? Late night today. Does Zippy have good intention? All those freaking, that's too many cards. Too many cards. That's going to be confusing and no. Suva. Does Slippy have good intentions behind messaging Suva? It came out as a no. And it might not, I don't, because this is a Temperance card in reverse, and when it's like this, it's about balance, moderation. So I don't know if he was in a good place, is he like balanced emotionally, mentally, but it's indicating it's a no. I'm sorry, Suva. I hope that helps. Okay. Let me see what else comes out. Let me see what time it is. It's kind of, I like the energy is like dying down right now. Thank you, Suva. Stay blessed as well. Many blessings to you. Okay. What are the messages the collective need to know at this time? What messages the collective need to know at this time? Okay, trust the process, but maybe this came up earlier too. So there may be certain actions that some of you need to take that you may be not taking. Like, yeah, trust the process. Things are going to work out the way they're meant to, but it's also a matter of you also doing your part. No longer delaying yourself. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit? Oh, if they wanted to, they would, period. So I don't know, some of you are in this place where you're thinking about somebody and you may be, like I said, rationalizing, you know, why haven't they reached out to me? Maybe they're busy. Maybe they're doing something else. Yeah, they're doing something else, but not messaging you. It doesn't take that long to message somebody and let them know that you're on their mind, right? Your intuition isn't ghosting you, but you're not listening. This card came out again. Some of you are not following your intuition. Okay, that card too. Not every feeling deserves a full cast musical. This kind of time, like some of you are going through a difficult time and I don't know, this could be somebody that's around you too. Someone who may be posting all the drama shit that they're going through, like all the everything that's not going right with their life. Like maybe someone who complains constantly, always thinking negatively, always acting like the victim, always portraying themselves as a victim. I know sometimes we could do that too. We're not innocent. I know, I'll put my hand up. I've done that. I mean, I don't put it on the internet, no, because, you know, it's not worth it. Let me see what else comes out. What else does the collective need to know? Clean your room. Some of you need to clean your room. If you have a lot of the clutter around you, is asking for you to clear your space, because they say that your space is a reflection of what's going on internally. So if you have a lot of clutter around you, there may be a lot of clutter within you. So it's time to clean up. Didn't we see the cleanup card earlier? Oh, Alpha, is that you? Oh, that's a really good thing to do, Kitty. Well, I'll be honest, I had to clean my room too. Oh my God. I had so many tarot cards on my table at home. I was like, I had to put them away. I had to clean them or whatever and then put them away. And then I had to declutter some stuff from my my drawers. So my room is pretty clean. I just had to clean where I, get ready in the morning. That has to get cleaned. I have to clean my makeup brushes too. Okay, that's for all of us. We need to clean up our acts. What else? What else does the collective need to know? You can't smudge away bad decisions. This is about holding yourself accountable for making bad decisions. Like there's something you did that you cannot take back, but it's okay. Just move forward, move on. Just accept the mistake, accept the bad decision. Maybe you bought something, maybe you texted somebody, maybe you called somebody. Like it's too late, you did it. You know? It made me think about a song from One Republic, It's Too Late to Apologize. You can still apologize to yourself. It's never too late to apologize to yourself for making a bad decision. Okay. Stop trying to save people who wouldn't share their snacks. This came out earlier today, so this is about a reminder. I don't know if somebody went back to their old behavior of people pleasing. You can't take it back, but you know, think about how you feel. Like if all right, say if this happened to you, that you're like, I'm not gonna be overgiving. I'm gonna be more reserved with with my energy. I'm not gonna be so flexible or available, and then you did it again. Like, oops, I did it again with somebody who clearly is selfish, is a taker, you know. And it may not, I'm not going to demonize a person that's like that, because sometimes we just give to people and sometimes they take, but they don't have the intention of being greedy, you know, because sometimes there are people who are greedy, and then just people who are like, hey, you know, they're being nice to me, so I can accept it. This is about you, not about the person taking. Somebody may have went back to like this people pleasing thing, and you're like, oh shit, I did it again, you know. No, it's a lesson. You think about how you feel at the moment, and you're like, I don't want to repeat this, you know. I don't like the way I feel. I know sometimes it's hard, like what they say, old habits die hard, you know. I love these cards. Oh, look at this. Your ancestors did not survive plagues for you to text your ex. So somebody definitely texted somebody. And then look, if you know it was something that you shouldn't have done, you betrayed yourself and you betrayed your ancestors. Shame on you. I'm totally against shame. Totally against it. Okay, I was just joking when I said that. Like, hey, I miss you. That's what it says. Did somebody say, hey, I miss you to somebody? Did somebody text their ex that they miss him? Oh my gosh. Look, Jack Black is judging you right now. He's like, really? Really, bro? Really? They did not survive plagues for you to text your ex. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else comes out. You don't suck, you just haven't slept. So some of you may be feeling like whatever you're doing, you're not doing your best, and it's because you're not resting. You need to replenish your energy. You need to take time for yourself. You need to take a break. You don't need to overwork. You don't need to. Sometimes I wanted to say, prove yourself. Some of you may be overdoing something, and it's kind of like what I said about the people pleasing. You know, maybe it's exhausting, you know. So it's time for you to take a break. Time for you to stop drinking energy. Stop taking. You need sleep. You need to sleep. You need to rest. You can't vibe your way out of accountability. Yeah, it's the same thing. You can't smudge away bad decisions. You have to take accountability for whatever decisions you make, you know? And it's like pointing, like, do the work. You can't, like I said, you can't manifest the bill away. I wonder if even your Christmas out. Oh, that's good, Kitty. That's so good. Oh, yes. Yes, please, Kitty. You need to go to sleep. I thank you so much for joining. Oh, my gosh. I want to read this card, and then I'm going to answer Sublime's question. Hi, Sublime. Look, you wanted red flags, not a damn parade. March. It says March, but it's making me think about, we are in March, right? So I don't know if there's somebody you're dealing with, and there's like so many red flags about this person, you know, so many that you can't deny. It's like, if you deny this, that like you're betraying yourself, you're betraying your ancestors. Yeah. Don't. Because you don't want to end up like this. Stop trying to save people who won't share their snacks with you. You don't want, like, yeah, definitely avoid that. It says lies, toxic, bang, drama. So, you already know. And look at this. Some of you are waiting for someone to apologize to you, to come back, to tell you why they ended things, why they no contacted you. No, it says stop looking for closure and start looking for chocolates. You know? Alpha, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. There's always good kitty. Right, ladies? Yeah, chocolates are fun, especially when you know which ones they are. You don't want to be biting into it. You get the nasty strawberry cream. You're like, no, I was looking for the caramel or the turtle, you know, with the with the nuts in it. They're talking about kitties and nuts. Oh my gosh, let me stop. Let me answer Sublime's question. I like chocolates. Oh, yeah. Strawberry cream, not so good. Not my favorite. All right, I'm going to go and look at Sublime's question. Oh, you took your question out. You don't want me to answer it, Sublime? Okay, thank you for putting it. The Sublime. I had to reread because I want to make sure I understand your question. So, because I know people can love you as a friend or in a romantic way. So you want to know if they have romantic feelings for you, if they love you in a romantic way. Am I right, Sublime? I just want to make sure I'm understanding that question before I ask it. Okay. All right. Let's see, love Sublime romantically. Let's see, love Sublime romantically. Let's see, love Sublime romantically. Let's see. Okay, yes. You got a yes. He does love you romantically. I'm just looking at the card. What I want to say is they respect you. They don't. And when I say that, it's because I think that they respect you because they don't look at you in a way like I'm just gonna put it that way. They don't look at you just for that. Because you know how some guys can only look at a person that way? They don't look at you that way. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Sumra. How are you? I hope that helps, Sublime. I hope that helps. I'm not, you know what, Sumra? I'm not, ask a different question. Because one thing I would never tell anybody to do is wait for someone. I'm good, thank you. And I'm telling you this as a friend. You know, you don't know me, but I'm going to tell you like I'm your friend. Don't wait for anybody. He might like what he sees, but I don't think he's looking at you that way. I don't know how long you've been friends with him, Sublime, but I feel like there's respect. There's respect there. Yes, shapeshifter, you can ask a yes or no question. Okay, so that's the type of question you should ask instead, Sumra, because should you wait? I will never tell anybody to wait because I know what it's like to wait for somebody. You do not want to waste your time. You don't want life to pass you by. You want to enjoy life. So we could ask. So what we could ask is, does Z want to have do Z and I have a future together? Does Z and Sumra have a future together? Or does C take Sumra seriously? Okay, the first question. All right, we're gonna do the first one because I know there's a delay. Okay. Does Sumra and Z have a future together? Okay, does Sumra and Z have... Hold on a moment, Sublime. Okay. Does Sumra and Z have a future together? 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 It's looking like a no. And the reason why, I believe the reason why too, I don't think you and him have a long term. Like if you were together, if you get together, it won't be a long lasting relationship because this is a 10 of Pentacles and this is a relationship where there's a lot of serious investment, there's stability, there's growth, there's abundance, there's patience. And this takes time. So it's looking like it's a no. Sumra, I hope that helps. Sublime, what I meant was there could be attraction, I don't know. But I feel like it's more like he doesn't see you in the way where he just wants that. I hope that makes sense. You know how some guys could just want that and nothing more? I feel like there's respect there, and he doesn't see you as someone he could just have fun with. I hope that makes sense, Sublime. Hi, Nivedita. Okay, you're welcome, Sumra. I hope that helps. Hey, Star Lava. I saw you resonated with one of one of these cards. Do you have a question? A yes or no question? If the card is upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. Okay. You're welcome, Sublime. Oh, it's okay. All right, let's see Shapeshifter's question. I'm not going to rely on the questions to ask you that because, I'm not going to rely on the cards to answer that because when it comes to health stuff, I don't like answering health questions because I'm not a doctor. And when you're doing healing types of stuff, that's something that takes time. It's not instantaneous from my understanding. You know, it may offer like maybe temporary relief for when it comes to long-term stuff. That's something that you may have to, that may take time in order for you to see specific results. And I don't want you to put your health information out there, but I would always suggest that you do what you feel is intuitively right for you, but also if you need medical advice and guidance, that you should speak to a medical professional, because I can't touch health questions. Okay, I'm sorry, shapeshifter. Okay, I got you, shapeshifter. I understand. Okay. Does Saggy have feelings for Star Lover? Does Saggy have feelings for Star Lover? 22. Does Saggy have feelings for Star Lover? 22. Does Saggy have no feelings? Have feelings? I put it. You got a yes. You got a yes. Your Saggy does have feelings for you, Star Lover. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you something funny, because when I started shuffling, this card wanted to come out at first, but then I was like, no, it's too soon. It came out again. Yeah, it's like double confirmation. But yes. Yes. You get him excited. You excite him. You're exciting to him. Or you excite him, you know, bing. I hope that helps you, Star Lover. But it's not only that. So yes, though. I don't know if he's closing something out. I don't know if he's a Capricorn or something, because that's the Capricorn card, or fire sign. I don't know if somebody's a fire sign. I'm just saying that because of the cards. You're welcome, Star Lover. Yes, you can ask a question, Evelita. Yeah, so since it's new to you, it's gonna take some time, you know, for you to see the results you wanted to, you know. If it's nothing serious, hopefully it stays that way. Hi, Aravind. I'm only answering yes or no questions. Yes, Sagittarius. Oh, see, oh, duh, Tanya. Oh my God, you Riri. He is a fire sign. And just so you know, the Knight of Wands is considered a Sagittarius card. So that's considered a Sagittarius card, because the King of Wands is Leo. All right. Let's see. I'm not answering. It has to be yes or no questions. So it can't be how. It can't be when, it can't be who, it can't be where, it can't be why. It could only be will, should, can, you know? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, let me go back. So Aravin changes. I think Aravin, Sanya. Will Sonia meet someone serious this year? Let me see. Will Sonia meet someone serious this year? Will Sonia meet someone serious this year? Will Sonia meet someone serious this year? Spirit, you know what she means. You know what they mean. Will Sonia meet someone serious this year? Will Sonia meet someone serious this year? Will Sonia meet someone serious this year? You have a yes with the Queen of Cups. Another card fell, but it came off on its side. It fell at an angle. I'm not going to read it as a yes or no. I'm going to read this as the yes or no. But this person could be a water sign. I don't know if you're a water sign, if you're Pisces, but it could be a Pisces. I don't know if you're going to be out drinking wine or something. If you drink wine, not everybody drinks wine. Maybe out, you know. But it's looking like, yes, you will meet someone serious with the Queen of Cups. But they could be a water sign energy. Yeah, definitely water sign energy. That could be your energy or theirs. But this is confirmation that, yes, got a lot of water. Sonia, I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. All right, Nivedita. Oh, excuse me. Will Nivedita get a job before September this year? Will Nivedita get a job before September this year? Will Nivedita get a job before September this year? Will Nivedita get a job before September this year? Okay. It came out as a no. It came out as a no. Ooh, and you got two no's, so I don't know why. But I would say if you're, this is what, because I see the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. If you're applying to jobs that you don't care about or that you're not passionate about, that may be the reason why it may not happen. Because the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings. New beginnings with love, new creative spark. So I think that it's a no, because if you are applying to jobs, they're not in fields that you care about or that you're passionate about. So that could be the reason why that you may not find a job before September. So consider looking at different jobs that, you know, align with what you want. And I'm going by what the cards say and the cards themselves. And I think that's why it's a no. Nivedita, I'm sorry. Okay, you're welcome, Star Lover. Star Lover. Okay, I had to correct myself. There's no ER in here. And Lover. Aravind. Will Aravind meet his future wife in April? Aravind meet future wife in April. Will Aravind meet future wife in April? It's saying no. I try not to do this too often. I don't think you will meet them in April. I think you might meet them. Wait, we're in March, right? You could meet them. You might meet them, and I'm gonna go by months because I don't want to give days and I don't want to give weeks. It could be 8 something. But I'm thinking August or 8 months from now. And 8 months from now will be November. So it could be in August or November that you may meet somebody. That will be your future wife. Yeah, I would say like 8 months from now or 8 in August. August is the 8th month of the year. So I'm thinking August or 8 months from now, which is November. Okay, I hope that helps you, Aravind. Make sure it's not anything in your diet. Because sometimes we could be eating stuff that we don't think that's good for us. that seems like it's good for us, but it may have something that's not. And it could even be fruits or vegetables and stuff. Hi. You're welcome, Nivedita. You're welcome, Aravind. Aravind. You're welcome, Sonia. Or Sanja. I'm sorry. How about the name? Okay, let's answer Rezia's question. Well, Rezia, let me see if I remember his name. Murshid? Rezia, detached from him. Rezia, detached from Murshid. Hi, Sandra, how are you? Well, Rezia, detached from Murshid. Detached from your set. Yes, Razia, but it's a matter of you being strong, holding yourself back, taming the part of you that is wanting to reach out energetically or even call him or text him, just as long as you're able to control yourself. And also be honest with yourself, because you have the Queen of Swords, you know, like, and this is about detachment, because the Queen of Swords, she just like, you know, so yes, but it's a matter of how strong you are. Okay, so this is about you being strong, staying strong, standing strong. I hope that helps you, Razia. Hi, Vaishnavi. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too, Sandra. Is Aries future spouse? Is Aries her future spouse? Okay, Sandra, I'm going to answer your question. Is Aries Sandra's future spouse? Is Aries Sandra's future spouse? It's looking like a no. This is funny because, it's kind of funny. This is an Aries card, so it's saying no. Sandra, it's not. He's not your future spouse, according to the card. With the Emperor in reverse, the Emperor card is Aries, is the Aries card, and it came on the reverse, so it's like saying no, it's like no. I hope that helps, Sandra. Okay, is reunion possible? Okay, is reunion possible for Sasikala and Kobe? Is reunion possible for Sasikala and Kobe Raji? Is reunion possible for Sasikala and Kobe Raji? Is reunion possible for Sasikala and Kobe Raji? It's looking like a no, Sasikali. It's looking like a no. I feel like you're told to move on with the Chariot card in the bottom. It's time for you to move on. Move towards something that will be more successful for you, because it's like whatever happened with you and let me see. Okay. Between you and Colby, it's not a happy. I don't know if you'll be happy with them or not, but this is supposed to be a happy wish fulfillment card, and it's in reverse. So no, let's say no to you, Sasikali. I'm sorry. I hope that helps. Okay. Oh, for real? Were you testing me? See, so, well, you're legitimizing me right now. Thank you, Sandra. That's so funny. Wow. Okay. You're welcome, Sasikal. Just think about your future, where you could go moving forward, where you'll be happy. Okay. So is Sandra's future spouse going to be somebody new? Let's ask that. Is Sandra's future spouse going to be someone new? Just say no. It could be somebody who's a water sign. It could be someone who's a Cancer sign, or may have Cancer in their chart. It could be somebody, yeah, it's because this is this is the Four of Cups in reverse, but it's saying no. It's not going to be somebody new. But it's somebody that you probably have your guard up against, you know, with the Seven of Wands at the bottom. You may be having your guard up, or this person may be somebody that may make you feel a bit defensive, but it's not somebody new. That's what the cards are saying. Seven of Wands. Oh, Lord. But you know what? There may be people that you don't know, because you could have your guard up because you're just protective. Like saying stuff like that, because I say, oh, I guess nobody's good enough for me. No one can handle me and my Scorpio mouth. And I talk to blah, blah. You know, like, so like that, it's like, that could be the defensiveness, you know, of the Seven of Wands. But it could be somebody that you know, but you've never had any relationship with. It could be somebody that you're an acquaintance with, you know, somebody that you know in passing, but don't have any history with, you know. So it doesn't have to be like you had, like they're an ex. They could be somebody that, you know, you probably never even looked at in that way, you know, Sandra. So that defensiveness could be coming from you, because you say, I guess I'm going to stay single, you know. I would say, with that card coming out, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I resonate with what you just said. And that's what's going to keep somebody away, you know. And we got to stop saying that, especially if we want love, you know. No, we're not going to stay single. We're going to find our future spouses that love us and appreciate us, and we'll love and appreciate them too. Right? Hi, Lily. I'm only answering yes or no questions. So I can answer the question about Colin communicating with you, if Colin will communicate with you, Lily. You know, but the thing is, the right people will love us and appreciate some people will like that challenge that we bring, you know. You're welcome, Lily. So let's find out about Colin. Will Colin communicate with Lily? Will Colin communicate with Lily? Shapeshifter, I have Capricorn and my Mars. So, mind you, I'm all water. Well, not all water. I have a lot of water in my chart. Okay. Will Colin communicate with Lily? Will Colin communicate with Lily? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. They said Virgo and Scorpios are like twins. I was reading, they said somebody, a tarot reader, she says that she mixes up Virgos with Scorpios. And if you see her skits on Instagram where the guy acts like the different signs, the Virgos and Scorpios are so similar. Hi, Monette, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Okay, we'll call and communicate with Lily. 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 Yes, Lily, you got the yes. With the Justice card, he maybe wanted to communicate to make things right. Maybe to apologize, to clear the air. Maybe tell you something, explain something to you. But it's looking like a yes, Lily. I hope that helps you, Lily. I'm doing well too, Monette. You're welcome, Lily. Oh, for real? Oh, you like to play hard to get, shapeshifter? Wait, you know, Alpha is a Capricorn too, and I don't know if Alpha's still here. Okay, so I'm going to be ending the live in 15 minutes. So does anybody want me to do a love reading? A general love reading for everybody? Yes, you can. I'm only answering yes or no questions. So can you put that as a yes or no question? Oh, Monette, you want a collective reading? If anybody wants a collective love reading, put it in the chat. Let me know. Okay. Okay. Yes, Lily. April will be a good month for you. With money. You have the Seven of Wands. So I would say be careful how you're spending money or how you put your guard up. I don't know what you're doing, but there may be, if you're doing very well money-wise, there may be people that may be wanting some of your money, you know, so you may have to put your guard up, you know, especially, you know, if you have family, they're like, oh, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? I don't know, that popped up in my mind, but yeah, so it's looking like a yes. Yeah, you got 7-7. Oh, yep. And there's 7 people here. Lily, that's positive. 777. Yes, April's going to be a good month for you. But however this money's coming to you, because I don't know if you like to go to casinos. That popped up in my mind. I saw 777. There may be people that may be wanting. So you got the 7 of Wands. Oh, I forgot what the other card was. What was the other card? It was 7 of Wands, which has to do with defensiveness. And I forgot what the other card is. I can't go back to see. But you could scroll back. But the most important card is the 7 of Wands. It's saying yes, but you're going to have to guard the money that you're getting in April. You know, because there may be somebody that, or people that may want to ask you for money if they know you're getting money. I hope that makes sense, Lily. You're welcome, Lily. I saw the other 7 and then I saw 777. So, okay, so let's do love. Let's do love. Okay, 818. Okay. 818 for love. That's the time, but 229. Oh, 229.29. For love. What's the collective love message for that everyone needs to know? What's the message? What's the love message that collective needs to know at this time? What's the love message the collective needs to know at this time? Wait. Something flipped. Apology. Come again to renew. Love. Lost. Forgiveness. Returning gift. Not over. Closure. Confession. Regrets. Making things right. So someone wants to make things right. They want to make amends. What else does the collective need to know at this time? That's for the highest and greatest good spirit. Just guides. Messages the collective need to know. I like you. Coming closer to falling in love. This card came out earlier in the love reading. Romance blooming, fun flirting, falling in love, wanting to date. Someone likes you, early stages. So if that's what it is, it could be some of you were in the early stages of a relationship, but that something may have come in between you two. You know, sometimes, like, I remember Shapeshifter talking about, like, the fear of abandonment. So sometimes we or other people can get in our own way and self-sabotage a relationship. So especially if you see something getting serious, you know, strike. Expect to see major progress. Victory, conquering, winning, perfection, on track, accurate, faultless, yes, direct approach. Yeah, I feel like somebody's going to be coming back to you. I'm thinking about like Knight of Swords right now, like just someone just being very direct, coming towards you and wanting to apologize, wanting to make amends for anything that may have interfered with your relationship. This may resonate with you too, because sometimes silly games, sometimes when we're self-sabotaging, we play these silly games with people. Like we're constantly testing them to see how they react, what they do, you know, just like making it difficult for them to even try to connect with us. In some way, we do that to push people away. Playing it cool to win, testing waters, harmless games, hiding true feelings, intentions, learning to be vulnerable. So I feel like that's the advice, you know, when someone's apologizing, that's someone being vulnerable, especially if they're apologizing from an authentic place where they are admitting that they've done something wrong and they're taking accountability. You know, especially if they're in self-sabotaging behavior, this could be you, this could be them, however it resonates, you know. And then we have bad games at the bottom. Don't want anything serious. Mixed signals, manipulation, immature behavior, dishonesty, stringing along, or bad intentions. So this person could either have been, like I said, doing like the self-sabotaging games, like testing. Because sometimes that gets a little old when we test people. It kind of is like, you know, like you want me to jump through flaming hoops and you want me to jump out of an airplane without a parachute, those types of things. But then it could be someone who's actually like very selfish, only thinking about themselves, not being honest, have bad intentions, ill intentions. I'm looking at this card right here, the real love, and that was also at the bottom of the deck. But if it's someone playing bad games, someone may have like fucked around and found out and now want to apologize. Not everybody is willing to take accountability for the actions. But for someone to do that, that says a lot about them, especially if they're genuine and they know exactly what the fuck they were doing. I have to use that language because if somebody dealt with somebody who was completely dishonest, did something that was really hurtful or anything, you know, then it's just like picking up that that negative energy. But real love, true feelings worth exploring, mutual feelings, mature love, heartfelt, fast love, special, healthy, and sincere connection. So depending on the situation and who you may be dealing with, someone may have done something like they were just playing games, trying to play the field or whatever. But then, like I said, they effed around and found out. You know, it was like turning a player into a housewife, that type of thing. So I feel like that could be like this person thought that they will do what they usually do, but then this person ended up falling. But that's not always the case, you know. That could be something. Because if this person has regrets about their actions and are wanting to make things right with you, then they will come forward and apologize. It's a matter of you willing to give them a second chance. You know, are you willing to give them a second chance? Let me see. What else comes out? Let me shuffle this way. So, triggers. A challenging connection, lessons, unhealthy, pushing, karmic relationship, chaotic, provoked, unbalanced, and fleeting. So some of you may have been dealing with someone who may have been just triggering to you in some way. You have running, resisting change right now, avoiding, not now, scared, boundaries, escaping, rejecting, not interested, the cold shoulder. That sounds like you, shapeshifter. You turn a cold shoulder against somebody because you said you don't go back to exes. And music. I don't know, some of you are musicians, or the person you may be dealing with is a musician, or you shared music with somebody. It says tune into your heart. Fun times, dance, listen, harmonious blend, high vibrations in tune. If this is someone that you're feeling like, no, I can't, like this person coming back around apologizing to you, and they're saying that they have feelings for you, have true feelings, they're shooting their shot essentially. You may feel like, yeah, okay, I could accept the apology, but that doesn't mean I had to accept them back into my life. So some of you may be resisting. I don't call it so much resisting. I feel like it's more so turning your back against something, because whatever the situation was, it caused you, it probably triggered you to the point of whether you're questioning whether or not you even want to be with them. You know, some of you, if this person apologizes to you and they are sending like a text message or something, you might leave them hanging. You might not even respond to them. No action being taken, stuck, standstill, break, waiting, no action, hesitation, cancel, withdrawal, avoiding. We have the running card here too. So some of you may be avoiding this person, maybe not even acknowledging their message or apology. If it's like one that's being sent digitally, like a text message, or if they, I don't know, people like voice note, it could be, because I was thinking voicemail, it could be a voicemail, but it could be a voice note. You may not even be acknowledging it. But I feel like it's because deep down inside, it doesn't, whatever happened doesn't resonate with you. Because when I think of music, it's resonance, you know? It doesn't resonate. And you're just following what feels right to you emotionally. And if this person isn't what you want, then you're not gonna return, you're not gonna revisit the situation. You're gonna turn your back to it and move forward. So much so that you might not even acknowledge the person's message, respond to it. You might leave this person on red. Ooh, yeah, situationships, yuck. Yeah, I know what it's like to be in a situationship. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, so I'm ready to end this live stream. I thank you all so much for joining me, allowing me to read for you multiple times during this live. Thank you for subscribing and liking the live stream. If you want to see the other readings that I did before answering yes or no questions, you can watch the replay. If you feel like these messages may resonate with someone you know, someone around you, feel free to share with them. I thank you all so much for joining me again, and I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care and have a good evening or a good day wherever you are. Bye. Bye, Shifter. Bye, Lily. Bye, Manette. Take care.